The United Kingdom stands on the edge of a monumental weather event. An immense 600-mile snow wall is bearing down on the nation. This is not just another winter storm, it is a force of nature that promises to test the resilience of communities across the country. From the northernmost reaches of Scotland to the southern coast of England, millions are bracing for what could be one of the most significant snowfalls in recent memory. The scale and intensity of this Arctic system are unlike anything seen in years, and its arrival has set the entire country on high alert. This Arctic blast is set to unleash a deep and relentless freeze, with heavy snowfall expected to blanket vast swathes of the UK. The snow will stretch from the rugged Highlands of Scotland, sweeping down through bustling cities and quiet villages, all the way to the rolling fields of southern England. Roads, railways, and daily routines are likely to be disrupted as the country is transformed into a wintry landscape. For many, this will be a test of endurance and preparation, as the snow threatens to isolate communities and challenge emergency services. Meteorologists are sounding the alarm, describing the situation as an atmospheric battleground. Here, frigid polar air is set to collide with milder, moisture-laden Atlantic air, creating the perfect conditions for intense snowfall and blizzard-like winds. Weather experts are closely monitoring the evolving patterns, using advanced technology and satellite imagery to track the storm's every move. Their warnings are clear. This is a dynamic and potentially dangerous event, with rapidly changing conditions that could catch many off guard. The potential for significant snow accumulation is extremely high, and authorities are urging everyone to stay informed and take precautions. Emergency services are already preparing for challenging conditions, as deep snow could block roads, disrupt power supplies, and make travel hazardous. Communities are being advised to check on vulnerable neighbors, stock up on essentials, and avoid unnecessary journeys as the storm approaches. While forecasts rely on sophisticated computer models, the message from meteorologists remains consistent. The risk of severe winter weather is very real. Each new update reinforces the likelihood of heavy snow, strong winds, and freezing temperatures. The models show a persistent and powerful signal, leaving little doubt that the UK is about to experience a major winter event. As of February 4, 2026, the first wave of Arctic chill has already arrived. Across towns and cities, people are waking up to frosty mornings, icy pavements, and a biting wind that signals the storm's approach. The atmosphere is tense, as everyone waits to see just how severe the coming days will be. Temperatures are dropping rapidly, skies are heavy with thick gray clouds, and a sense of anticipation hangs in the air. People are bundling up in layers, preparing their homes, and keeping a close eye on weather updates. The nation is united in its watchfulness, knowing that the worst is yet to come. This is the calm before the storm. A brief, uneasy pause before the full force of the Arctic system is unleashed. It is a final opportunity to make preparations, check supplies, and ensure that loved ones are safe. The quiet streets and subdued skies belie the power that is gathering just beyond the horizon. The Arctic fury is gathering strength, its icy grip tightening with every passing hour. As the storm approaches, it demands our respect and reminds us of the awe-inspiring power of nature. The United Kingdom stands ready, bracing for the challenge ahead. To truly grasp the scale and seriousness of this winter threat, we need to dive into the fascinating world of meteorology. The science behind these extreme weather events is both complex and captivating, involving a delicate interplay of atmospheric forces that can transform the UK's weather in a matter of hours. Meteorologists spend years studying these patterns, using advanced technology and historical data to predict what might unfold. But even with all our modern tools, nature still holds surprises. The term snow wall is used by weather experts to describe a dramatic boundary seen in computer models, a vast, moving front of precipitation that can stretch for hundreds of miles. This wall is not a physical barrier, but a sharp transition zone where snow begins to fall heavily. At the heart of this phenomenon is the Arctic breakdown, a process that starts high above the Earth's surface. When the polar vortex, a swirling mass of cold air that usually stays locked over the Arctic, weakens, it can spill frigid air southward into Europe. This sudden release of Arctic air is what sets the stage for the UK's most severe winter weather. As this icy air mass surges south, it collides with milder, moisture-laden air coming in from the Atlantic. This clash is like a meteorological battleground, where the cold air acts as a wedge, forcing the warmer air to rise rapidly. As the warm air ascends, it cools, and the moisture within it condenses, forming thick clouds and eventually heavy snow. The result is a dramatic transformation of the landscape, as green fields and rolling hills are quickly blanketed in white. This process can happen astonishingly fast, catching communities off guard and making travel treacherous. The intensity and duration of the snowfall depend on the strength of the temperature contrast between the two air masses. When the difference is especially stark, the snow can fall relentlessly for hours or even days, creating a wide corridor of disruption. Roads become impassable, towns are cut off, and daily life grinds to a halt. The British countryside, so familiar and green, is transformed into a winter wilderness, with blizzards reducing visibility and making even short journeys hazardous. Meteorologists work tirelessly to interpret the latest computer models, but they are always careful to remind the public that these are predictions, not guarantees. The atmosphere is a chaotic system, and small changes can have big consequences. The exact path of the low-pressure system, essentially the engine driving the snowstorm, will determine which regions see the heaviest snow and which are spared. This is why forecasts can change rapidly, and why it's so important to stay updated as the situation develops. What is certain is that a collision of these powerful forces is inevitable. The only real question is where the most dramatic impacts will be felt, and how communities will respond when the snow wall arrives. As the models update and the storm approaches, all eyes are on the maps, waiting to see which parts of the UK will be transformed by the science behind the freeze. The Arctic blast arrives in phases, starting with a temperature drop in early February. Overnight temperatures dip below freezing, creating ice risks. The main event begins February 5th, with Arctic air making landfall. Northern England and Scotland may see temperatures below freezing. Rain turns to sleet, then snow, affecting towns and cities. February 5th to 7th will see icy conditions and travel disruption. The peak risk for a snowstorm is February 8th to 11th. If conditions align, heavy snow could reach the Midlands and southern England. This period holds the potential for a historic weather event. Scotland braces for the Arctic freeze, with warnings of up to 20 centimeters of snow. The Highlands could see over half a meter, isolating communities. Glasgow and Edinburgh face major disruption, with transport at risk. Northern Ireland, already saturated, faces ice and sleet hazards. The freeze will turn waterlogged ground into treacherous ice. Authorities prepare for a multifaceted emergency, combining flooding and winter storm threats. Northern England is in the Arctic front's path, with heavy snow expected. Cities like Newcastle, Leeds, and Manchester brace for disruption. Snow will fall heavily at lower levels, impacting millions. Transport could be crippled, with major routes vulnerable to closure. Wales faces a mix of winter weather, with heavy snow in mountainous regions. South Wales risks freezing rain, creating dangerous black ice. This adds complexity to an already challenging forecast. The Midlands and East Anglia are on the weather battle's front line. Sharp frosts and biting winds are certain, with snow a possibility. A small shift in the weather front could bring significant snow. Birmingham, Nottingham, and Norwich could see a blanket of white. London and the southeast will likely avoid major snow but face a temperature drop. The southwest will feel the chill, with biting coastal winds. The region's location often buffers against extreme cold, but the Arctic air will be felt. January's record rainfall leaves the UK waterlogged, amplifying freeze risks. Northern Ireland had its wettest January in 150 years. The ground is saturated, with rivers swollen. The Arctic air will turn standing water into ice, creating widespread hazards. New precipitation will freeze, adding layers to existing ice. The eventual thaw could trigger flooding, as meltwater runs into swollen rivers. This transition from flooding to freezing is rare and dangerous. Preparation and vigilance are crucial, as the landscape is at its breaking point. Preparation is essential in the face of severe weather. Stay informed through official sources like the Met Office. Prepare your home for the freeze, lag pipes, and check heating. Create a home emergency kit with essentials. Avoid travel unless necessary. Ensure your vehicle is winter ready. Pack a winter car kit with essentials like a shovel and warm clothes. Check your route and inform someone of your plans. Look after your health and check on vulnerable people. Dress warmly and wear sensible footwear. A simple call or visit can ensure those at risk have support. The 600-mile snow wall now looming over the UK is more than just a weather phenomenon. It's a stark symbol of the Arctic blast that's sweeping across the nation. This immense front stretches from the northernmost reaches of Scotland all the way down to the southern coast, blanketing everything in its path with a relentless wave of cold and snow. This major event brings not only sub-zero temperatures, but also treacherous ice, blizzards, and heavy snow that can disrupt daily life. Roads become hazardous, public transport faces delays, and even simple tasks like walking to the shops can become a challenge. The biting cold seeps into homes, and the landscape transforms into a world of white. The timeline is clear. February 5th to 11th is critical. During this week, the storm's intensity will peak, and the risk of severe weather-related incidents will be at its highest. It's a period that demands heightened awareness and preparation from everyone. Regional variations will be significant, with some areas facing heavier snowfall and others more severe ice. Yet, no part of the country will be left untouched. From bustling cities to remote villages, the effects will be felt everywhere, reminding us of nature's reach. January's persistent rainfall has already saturated the ground, making conditions even more dangerous. As temperatures plummet, the risk of ice and sudden flooding increases, especially in low-lying and rural areas. This combination of water and cold can catch even the most prepared off guard. Preparation and caution are key. Take time to insulate your home, clear pathways, and ensure you have enough supplies. Simple actions, like wrapping pipes and checking heating, can prevent bigger problems later. Stay informed by monitoring weather updates and heeding official advice. Prepare your home for power outages and avoid unnecessary travel whenever possible. If you must go out, dress warmly and drive with extreme care. Community spirit is vital in times like these. Check on vulnerable neighbors, offer help where you can, and look out for one another. Small acts of kindness can make a big difference, especially for the elderly or those living alone. Nature's power demands respect. The wind and snow can change conditions rapidly, so always be alert and ready to adapt. Don't underestimate the storm's force. Navigate it with care and caution. By working together, sharing resources, and supporting each other, we can weather this storm safely. Our resilience and unity will help us overcome the challenges ahead. So, brace yourself, stay warm, and stay safe. The winter storm is here, but with vigilance and community, we can face it together.